Okay, welcome back. We're back in the vehicle assembly building. Um, we have unlocked better avionics, as well as we do have some control units for that. Or we do have some command and control features, so we can use either the Aerobee D-spin module, or we do have some altitude jets available. So we're going to go ahead and grab the procedural avionics and talk about that a little bit. Whoop. There we go. Did I misclick somewhere? I think I did. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this right now, and then we'll talk about this. Okay. So how the procedural avionics unit works is the minimum setting is 10 tons of rocket. And so right now our rocket is currently 14 tons dry, 20 tons loaded. Let's make sure that's with the fairing, because it's going to be, yeah, basically really close to 20 tons. So what we could do is we can come in here to configure, and we can buy the upgrade for post-war avionics, which we unlocked, which just allows us more control, but it also allows us to have 15 ton. So we can come over here and set it to 1952, and then we could take out this A4. I want to make sure I have everything here, and we're currently at 90% utilization for this size, but the size being the diameter and length. I would like the diameter to match, so we have to make this a little longer, which is going to take our percent utilization down, but then we'll bring it in here to the 3.8 to make it match. And then, so we're still at 85, and so we can make it a little bit shorter. That's 100%. So that's the current balanced configuration. Okay, that makes the power requirement 1.5 kilowatts per to run that. The mass is 289.1 kilograms, and the cost is 139. We can then play around from there. So if we don't mind it being heavier, we can decrease the cost. So by taking the utilization down to 30%, that ups the power requirements because we have a much bigger avionics core, but it takes the cost down a bunch and increases the mass. If we then, wrong one, let's bring that back to where I had it, 3.8. If we go the other direction and bring it up to 200%, that decreases the power requirements, decreases the mass, but drastically increases the cost. With it being 500, which is almost the entire, half the entire cost of this rocket. So that all comes down to what you're looking for. If you're looking for maximum delta V, well, then you're probably going to have to pay a little bit more. If you're just looking for you know, a good compromise both ways, your power requirements aren't a whole lot, then you can come in here and possibly decrease your costs and, you know, get you a 600 versus 1,000 or 1,100. It also affects your build times as well. So by having a larger core, your build time goes down, and then again, if we go back to that smaller core, then our build time increases because they're trying to smash everything, get all the little air bubbles out, and try and get everything in that small package. So we're gonna go with kind of a little bit of middle road. We'll shoot for about 75 here. That gives us a good build time. And I'm also gonna change this up a bit, give us a, I think I should have a blackish looking one, gray side there. We'll do that one, and then we'll change this to yellow. It's all the way at the end. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is, because we've upgraded that core, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these, and we can use let's look at this winglet. If I remember right, this is quite the large part. Yeah, this is pretty big for this rocket. I just need just itty bitty fins. Well, let's go back to these ones for now. By the time we launch our second stage here, the fins are pretty useless, and that's going to take us into the next part here as well, in that we're going to add some RCS. So we're going to add another tank here and stretch this out. Come on. There we go. Put that back on. And then we're going to borrow part of this tank. Let's make sure the other one is full. Yeah, that pushes us down quite a bit. But we're not going to fill this tank up. Oh, that's why it's so long. I was only pushing wasn't using all my tanks. Yeah, there were... Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see what this rocket is. Wonder how long I've been doing that. Okay, 1.3. I like that, because we're actually going to borrow a little bit from this tank here. And so let's go to our show UI, and we're going to take out basically all the change. Update. This is not going to be as balanced as it could be. Update. But I'm for the most part okay with that. It's easier than making a little tank. Okay. So let's go and go into our command. We have three styles of small thrusters here available to us for altitude jets. We have the very small, or a very small 45 Newton one. We have the middle size one, the 111 newtons, and then, excuse me, the biggest one, the 223 Newton class. And you'll see that they are, excuse me, there as their sizes as well. Currently, we don't have a whole lot of options for our RCS at this point, so we're going to go with the larger one, and I'm going to try and hide them under, just under here. This is not, actually I'm going to put them down here, because that'll work just as well. You can either put them up here towards the top of your rocket, or you can put them towards the bottom of your rocket. So there we go. We have those units available, and then we're going to, these take, we can either do helium or nitrogen. So let's go ahead and do nitrogen at this time. And we'll add 100% nitrogen there. And there we go. So we got 320 units of nitrogen as well as our fuels there. And that hopefully should give us enough that we can steer just a little bit. We're not looking for really crazy steering. But we should be able to go straight up this time. So, alright. Be back in just a bit when we got a rocket that we can steer and hopefully set an altitude record with. Okay, welcome back and welcome to the magic of video editing. So we're ready to launch off our RD101 with a little bit more stability. We've added those RCS controls up to enable them there. I'm actually going to move those down. I should have checked my staging before I did that, but there we go. Okay, firing off the engine, letting it build up some boost, and here we go. Hopefully straight up. I also picked up a sounding rocket mission, so we can pay for this. I just need 20 units to 200,000 meters, so we'll definitely get that easy. We will have SAS control all the way up, so we'll just go ahead and burn out our RD-101 first stage, and then we'll go ahead and let loose our fairings, and that should enable our... Oh, we had an engine failure. Bummer. What happened there? Failed to ignite. Well, there we go. It still happens. Yeah, not going to set any records with this particular rocket, so... you know what? Let's just go ahead. We're just going to revert this one to launch. I'm playing on moderate. You know, it's what's fun and entertaining for you. Let's try this one more time. And hopefully no failures this time. It's interesting. Sometimes it you'll notice there it goes off a little cockeyed when it loads into the game. So that's okay. We've got that control here, so we can keep our rocket going straight up. Not a really hard fix. Let's try number 2. Hopefully this time it ignites. And we'll be good to go. You know, if you're playing on hard, then that's realistic, right? They did fire up some rockets, have some issues with it. They still do. Heard about one today just really recently with the European science guys. They launched a rocket in 1996. Yeah, I think that was. And they had a 16-bit versus 64-bit mathematics error, so on their rocket. So there we go. We got a good launch on that. Let's see if our... Oh, I forgot to turn on our RCS. There we go. See if we can't stabilize that just a little bit. It doesn't look like it. So can we try and nudge it back towards the middle? There we go. We're on the middle. We're going up. Up. See if we can hit 1 million. Nope, 760. I think that'll be a new record for us, though. Get test flight out of the way. Let's fly up to our... Let's get all this stuff out of the way, and we'll see how many we get. Okay. Up we go. There's 1, 2. So looks like we got 2 altitude achievements. Nope. One was the debris. We probably should start putting parachutes on so we can capture those devices. We could have got back some of that. So yeah, it looks like just the one for 700,000. So all right, we'll do range safety again. We'll see if it burns up. I think pretty good chance it's just going to burn up in the atmosphere. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you again.